Hello. Oh, it's not started yet. It has begun. Okay. 12 o'clock. I'm trying to get on here right at 12 o'clock for all you ladies who are on your lunch break, or if you're not able to watch live, that's okay. Just comment if you have questions for me at any point along this journey. So it is week 7, whether you are just starting with week 1 or if you are in week 7, it doesn't matter, okay? So this week I want to share with you some tips and information about your blood sugar and how it may be affecting your progress. So as we get older, if you're anywhere from 35 to 55, you are in that perimenopausal or menopausal phase. So we have to do things a little bit differently because our bodies are changing. And what happens is we become, we become more insulin resistant. It's very sad. What does this mean? Anything that spikes your blood sugar is not great because your body is not going to utilize the glucose effectively. So things that can help with this is more muscle. The more muscle we have, our muscles absorb glycogen into them to help keep them moving. So that is why strength, well, that is one reason why strength training is so important in, at this stage of your life. Your insulin resistance, because it's increasing and you are dealing with like compounded things. Usually a lot more stress in your life. Usually might be dealing with some sleep issues. All of these things, if you listen to my podcast this week in the Midsection Mama, I talked about how ghrelin and leptin are increasing during this time if you're not getting your sleep or dealing with a lot of stress. So things, I'm trying not to get all, go all over the place, but things that are affecting your glucose, carbs, not just, okay, hear me out. Carbs are affecting your glucose. Food is affecting your glucose. Exercise is affecting your glucose, okay? Everything affects your glucose levels. It's what's increasing them too much. So carbs, imperative for brain health, imperative for your overall health, and you do need carbs. So I want you to hear me correctly. Those of you who are cutting too much carbs or like, oh, I'll lose more weight if I cut more carbs. No. You need carbs. It's just determining which carbs you need, okay? So glucose levels spiking, sugar, for sure. Alcohol, not sorry. Stress, lack of sleep. The biggest things are alcohol and sugar are going to increase your insulin a lot. And then for some of you, depending on the carbs that you're eating. So oats might be great for some of you, but then oats are not great for some of you. So that really stinks. It's not the best situation because we all have to look at ourselves independently, which is why within the coaching program, I am working with you all independently on where you are at, how your body's responding. That's why it's imperative to let me know each week. Are you dealing with cravings? Are you dealing with hunger issues? Are you lacking energy? Because that's going to tell me how to fine tune it. And throughout the journey, things might start to change. As you are losing inches, your body may need more or less carbs throughout. So it's definitely a week-to-week situation that we're working on. So what can we do to help stabilize our blood sugar? Number one, protein. You've heard me say it a number of times. I think that was what, week 5? Protein, protein, protein. If you get protein and fat at every meal, you are going to decrease the spike that occurs when you eat. Because we all get spikes, and some of us will get higher spikes depend on your microbiota. So what kind of bugs are in your gut will affect how your glucose responds. I'm getting off track again. So what we want to pay attention to, making sure you got protein and fat at every meal. Even if you're doing a snack, protein and fat. I don't care if you're eating fruit. Yes, fruit is good, but if you have a sweet, sugary something, I want you to get some protein and fat with it. Okay, so making sure that you're combining always, no matter what you eat, you are combining that fruit, that carb, those crackers with protein and fat, okay? The second thing is when you eat, I want you to start with your vegetables. Start eating vegetables. It doesn't mean you have to eat all of your vegetables first. I mean, that would be perfect. But start with vegetables. Then go to protein. Save your carbs for last. So there's this cool little thing in our throat, and I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry. I didn't do the research before I got on here. But you've got this thing in the back of your throat that when you are eating, it's telling your body what is coming in. And it pushes out enzymes. It creates your enzymes, then turn on, or whatever's creating, turns on, and it sends it down into your belly to help break that down, whatever it is. So we want to start with the protein, get that protein enzyme working. That's why we want to also slow down our eating, get everything working so that those enzymes are working effectively and starting to break that down. So we start with vegetables, then we go to protein, and then we go to carbs to help that whole process as well. It also decreases your blood sugar spike. Go for a walk after each meal. That's going to help, because what happens when you're going for your walk, your body is using its muscles. Muscles need glycogen. It's going to pull the extra glucose out of your blood to go to those muscles to help them work. So therefore, you're utilizing, rather than keeping the blood in the body, keeping the glucose in the bloodstream, which is increasing that blood sugar levels. Then the other thing is, I will never tell you not to enjoy something, right? It is important for us to enjoy, like, this is life. This is not a diet, this is life. But how can we strategically work in our life some of these things? And one of the things that you can do to help is about 30 minutes before you eat sugary things. So say you're going to have a piece of cake because you're at a birthday party or something. 30 minutes before that point, drink a little bit of apple cider vinegar. It's usually about a teaspoon in a glass of water, and that is going to help. And I don't know the science behind this. I'll post in the comments the book that this comes from, but this will help your body to keep your glucose levels in check. So yes, you can have that piece of cake. Does that mean you're drinking apple cider vinegar all day long because you're like, oh, I want the ice cream, oh, I want the cookies, oh, I want the cake? No, that is not what this means. But this is a little trick to help you if you are making, if you are celebrating and you want to have something sweet, you can have that apple cider vinegar in your water, and it's going to help keep that blood sugar in check. So if you want to help keep your blood sugar in check, That's what you're doing. You are going for a walk after you eat. You are eating your vegetables first, then your protein, then your carbs. You're making sure that no matter what you eat throughout the day, you are always having protein, fat, and carbs together. You are combining them together. And then, what was the last one? It was whatever one I said. I can't remember now. I think it was my favorite one. I don't know. I think that's it. All right. So, hopefully that helps. Sorry, I'm like a mess with anything. Any questions out there? Does anybody have any questions for me? For whatever reason, I can never see y'all's questions as they come in. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't look like any questions are on here. So make sure to reach out to me if you have any questions about blood sugar. Go into your Voxer group. That's where I'm there to help answer your questions along the way. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the week. Use those little tricks to help you. That will help kind of keep those blood sugar in check over the next few weeks, and hopefully help you to continue to reach your goals. Have a wonderful day, ladies.